Fred McFeely Rogers, will you please come forward for the awarding of this degree? Trustee Frank Burrell will read the citation for this degree.
For the honorary degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, I am honored to present the Dean of Early Childhood Television Educators, Fred McFeely Rogers. Mr. Rogers, you have been the beloved and trusted visitor to 3 generations of children and parents, and you continue to write and produce new programs each season, adding freshness and immediacy to what has become the longest-running children's series on public television. Each week, your program reaches more than 7 million families, addressing children's hopes and feelings and helping to strengthen their sense of self-esteem. Composer, pianist, author, producer, and minister, you are also the founder and president of Family Communications Incorporated, a nonprofit company which produces a wide variety of material designed to encourage the healthy emotional growth of children and their families. A native of nearby Latrobe, you graduated from Rollins College in Florida and worked for NBC in New York for 2 years prior to returning to Pittsburgh in 1953 at the request of WQED, the nation's first community-sponsored public television station. For the next 9 years, during off-duty hours, you studied child development and attended the Pittsburgh Theological Seminary. Ordained a Presbyterian minister in 1962, you were given a charge to continue your work with children and families through the media, a charge you have fulfilled with great creativity and commitment throughout the ensuing 30 years. In recognition of your remarkable career and your extensive contribution to the well-being of children and their families, IUP is proud to honor you today.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Council of Trustees, the Board of Governors of the State System of Higher Education, and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon Fred McFeely Rogers the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, duties, privileges, and immunities thereunto appertaining. I present you now with this diploma, bearing the seal of bearing the official university seal. Now it's a pleasure to turn over the podium to Fred Rogers, who has consented to make the 1992 commencement address. Dr. Rogers.
Well, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. When I knew I was going to be with you today, I asked a young friend of mine what she thought I should say to graduating college seniors. My friend is 12 years old, and I met her 3 years ago as she was recuperating from very complicated brain surgery. Obviously, she's had a lot to deal with already in this life. And here's what she suggested I say to you seniors graduating. Hi, my name is Fred Rogers, and I am here to tell you to be friendly to everyone and do little favors for people. Then they will like you and feel better about the world, and then they will do little favors for other people. There was a day when that girl's parents and doctors wondered if she would ever speak again. As you can imagine, I'm very proud of her. In fact, she herself is forever doing little favors for people. I guess with the idea that they will do little favors for others. Yes, I'm proud of that girl. And I'd like to add, I'm proud of you. Does that sound familiar? It seems I say that a good deal on our neighborhood. Well, whether we're a preschooler or a young teen, a graduating college senior, or a retired person, we human beings all want to know that we're acceptable, that our being alive somehow makes a difference in the lives of others. We need to know that we're worth being proud of. So I tell you I'm proud of you. One obvious reason is because you've done the work that's required to graduate from this university. And you've done it to the satisfaction of your teachers. But I happen to be proud of you for other reasons. And those reasons are known mainly to you. I'm proud of you for the times you've said yes, when all it meant was extra work for you and seemingly helpful to only somebody else. I'm proud of the times you've said no, when all it seemed to mean was a loss of pleasure, yet eventually supported the growth of somebody else and yourself. I'm proud of the times when you came in second, or third, or fourth, but what you did was the best you had ever done. I'm proud of you for standing for something you believed in, something that wasn't particularly popular, but something which assured the rights of someone less fortunate than you. In fact, I'm proud of you for anything you can think of that allows you to feel proud of yourself. I recently learned that an average lifetime, a person walks about 65,000 miles. That's 2.5 times around the world. I wonder where your steps will take you. I wonder how you'll use the rest of the miles you've been given. If I could make one request of you as you walk those miles, I would ask that you think of the children first. What do I mean? Just recently I heard of a mother and father who took their 1.5-year-old daughter to Children's Hospital to have tubes put in her ears. It was to be a relatively simple outpatient procedure, and the parents and little girls arrived at the designated time. After the papers had been made out, a doctor came and abruptly took the little girl from her parents, put her in a crib, and rolled her screaming at the top of her lungs down the hall. The mother, who incidentally is a social worker, asked if she could go along with the child, and the hospital personnel said no. To be sure, the tubes were put in that little girl's ears, but that little girl was abused in the name of medicine. She was literally abused, and so were her parents. Such terror in being ripped away from those she had learned to trust to protect her will always be something that affects her as long as she lives. Please think of the children first. If you ever have anything to do with their entertainment, their food, their toys, their custody, their daycare, their health care, their education, Listen to the children. Learn about them. Learn from them. Think of them first. My grandson, Alexander, is 3.5 years old. His most loved toy is a bear that goes everywhere with him. One day, his mother found a videotape of Pooh Bear at the shop and rented it, thinking Alexander would enjoy seeing a story about another bear. He did enjoy it for a while. But in the story, Pooh Bear falls down a hole and can't get out. When Alexander saw that scene, he began to cry inconsolably. His mother is a very sensitive listener, and she comforted him as he held tight to her and to his own beloved bear. What she came to realize was that the image of Pooh Bear's going down the hole was probably too close to Alexander's watching things go down the bathroom drains. At 3.5 years old, when we're trying to get toilet trained, bathroom drains are extremely important to us, and we project them onto other holes that we see. Once Alexander has fully accomplished that normal developmental task of his life, he'll probably be able to watch with pleasure that scene of Pooh Bear down the hole. He won't have to fear that Pooh won't get back up. But if right now, at 3.5, he had a punitive parent who forced him to watch just because she had rented the tape and was going to make him see it through, after all, it is a classic, he'd have much different issues to deal with later on. Think of the children first. One of the last major pieces of legislation which my friend Jack Hines offered to the United States Senate was known as the War Orphans Bill. It was an effort to prevent the Pentagon from stationing both husband and wife in a war zone when they had young children at home. Senator Hines didn't want us to take any chances that a young child's father and mother would both be killed. He was thinking of the children first. His bill was almost unanimously defeated. What does that say about the senators in the United States Senate? Well, you'll be the senators and the doctors and the nurses and the lawyers and the educators and the mothers and the fathers of the next generation. And you'll have the opportunity to participate fully in this wonderful world of ours. You'll be the ones who will make the decisions. You'll be the ones who will make the difference. And you'll make the biggest difference if you think of the children first. Little favors. I trust as time goes on, you will be aware deep inside yourself of the kind of difference you have been privileged to make. And when you finally walk that last mile of your life's journey, you'll be able to hear clearly within you, you thought of the children first. Inasmuch as you did it for them, you did it for me. We don't always succeed in what we try, certainly not by the world's standards. But I think you'll find it's the willingness to keep trying that matters most. It's not the honors and the prizes and the fancy outsides of life which ultimately nourish our souls. It's the knowing that we can be trusted, that we never have to fear the truth, that the bedrock of our very being is good stuff. That's what makes growing humanity the most potentially glorious enterprise on earth. There's a neighborhood song that I often sing, which is meant for the child inside of each of us. As a commencement gift, I'd like to give you the words of that song today. If we were out in the field taping, the director would say, "Cut, wait till the plane gets out of sight." I'd just like to give you those words right now. It's called It's You I Like. It's you I like. It's not the things you wear. It's not the way you do your hair, but it's you I like. The way you are right now, the way down deep inside you. Not the things that hide you, not your diplomas, they're just beside you. But it's you I like, every part of you. Your skin, your eyes, your feelings, whether old or new. I hope that you'll remember, even when you're feeling blue, that it's you I like. It's you yourself. It's you. It's you I like. And that's true. And I wish you a life filled with opportunities to help others, as Beth Usher says, to do little favors for people so that they will feel better about the world and do little favors for others. And I wish you a life filled with opportunities to be the best of whoever you are. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dr. Rogers. I think the reception of the audience of the graduates clearly indicates our appreciation for your thoughts and your comments. Thank you again.